Hi, hello, and howdy. I'm Mushy, and you're you. Hello, you. And we're here at Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, pardon the background, with a kit down. I'm just going to kit down my challenge project with the exception of these colors right here. Ignore the mess. I had a little spill. I had a little whoopsie daisy. We're just going to pretend we don't see it. But these colors here, we're going to leave kitted up because I still have one challenge section left. But I do want to kit up my next crush canvas. And to do so, because I got some stuff and things going on, I need this kit. I don't have any other free kits that I can use, and I need to get crack-a-lackin' on the next kit, and so I need these free. I don't need these colors to complete my challenge square, only these. So I'm going to kit these down real quick, and I thought, well, why not bring you guys along with me? So I haven't gotten to show you guys my new kind of kit down situation. Here it is. Isn't it pretty? I think so. I think it's pretty. It's functional. It doesn't completely eliminate the lack of containment space that the Tic Tacs have, but it's pretty and it's condensed. And once I fill a Tic Tac, I go ahead and just transfer those to large baggies. I think they're 3x4. And I just need a quickie boat of pouring. I have my ephemera trays are holding some stuff and things for me, so we're gonna have to use the generic boat here. But in any event, yeah, once these get full, then I just transfer the drills to big old storage baggies, and someday when I get that system complete, I'll show that to you as well. But for now, this is what we got. Tic Tacs for every DMC. This is only one of 4 sort of containment units like this. I have 2 for rounds and 2 for squares, and here it is. So yeah, here's how it kind of works. I have DMC 350 I need to dekit, so I look around here, find 350. If I want, I can pull it out and deal with it, or I can just leave it in there, pop its little lid, pop my little funnel in there. It has helped me personally expedite my kit down situation. We're going to pretend we don't see those random dark drills in there. And yeah, I mean, it's helped me speed things up quite a bit, especially if I don't have to remove the whatchamacallit, the Tic Tac out of here. I can just flip its little lid. You just got to be careful a little bit though. You get a full one, and you know, I have to check and make sure it's not completely full before I start pulling drills in. Pouring drills in. But yeah. So how is everybody doing? I had a lot of people asking questions about Leah, and upon reflection, you know, I know a lot of you aren't in the Facebook group, and so maybe, you know, I reflected on it and realized that I kind of left it open-ended. So I wanted to just tell you, Leah is doing much, much better. Not 100%, but she is doing better. She followed up with, well, the emergency room got her stable. Stable enough to come home. There was an incident where she turned into, oh, how do I put this delicately? I'm sorry, you guys. There is really, well, I'm sure there's a way. I just, I'm not a sugarcoater by nature. She got a little vommy mommy, if you feel me, if you catch that drift. And they had to pull over the car a couple times for her to paint the pavement with pea soup, if you will. But because she had been in the emergency room all day, nothing in her stomach, there was like nothing really to speak of. So there was that, but they did make it home. I ended up calling the emergency room, speaking with the doctor, and I said, hey, I understand HIPAA and you can't tell me anything. I just need you to listen, sir. If you had a patient, you know, by the name Leah, I'm her mother, and I know she's an adult, and I know, you know, you can't discuss things with me, and that's fine. I'm not asking you for information. I'm telling you information. I'm telling you that, and you should know this, they just left within the last like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We live really far out in the country, so we want to nip this in the bud if we need to come back. But I need to know. Okay, so we're full on this one. Normally I'd get out the other storage situation, but not this time. I'm sorry. This time, unfortunately, these drills I am too lazy to get up and get in my balls. If you don't know what my balls are, you'll find out coming up here in the next couple months. But, and I'm too lazy to go get my bag system, so there's that. Anyway, so I called the emergency room, asked to speak to the doctor who treated my daughter, and, of course, when he got on the phone, he wouldn't, you know, give his name because HIPAA, you know, and he just said, hi, I'm a doctor in the ER. Can I help you? And I explained, and I said, look, I respect HIPAA. I'm not asking you for information. I'm just going to tell you some information, and I just need you to advise. I said, we live way out in the country, about 30 minutes from the hospital there. My daughter was your patient, and you released her about 15 minutes ago. They've had to stop a couple times now. They can't really go anywhere. It's like stop, go, because every time the car moves, she's a vommy mommy. And I'm concerned about them even making it home. Apparently, from what they said, and by they, I mean Sundown and Leah, what they had told me is that they did not have this issue. She was not a vommy mommy in the hospital, but, you know, I think it was the motion of the car. But I'm like, does she need to come back? Like, did we overlook something? Is something wrong? Do I need to tell them to turn? Please do not make them drive like this for 30 minutes just to try to turn around and drive 30 minutes back because she's a vommy mommy and needs help. And they were like, she shouldn't be. Don't understand why she would be. Try to get her home and out of the moving vehicle. And if she doesn't do better after being at home for a little bit and the vommy mommy continues, then just bring her back. And I was like, did you not hear the explanation that came out of my mouth about how we live 30 minutes away? Whatever. It took them, Sundown and Leah, what felt like an eternity, and I'm sure it felt like that to them too, to get home. Okay? Because when you have to stop, and you're in town too, so it's not like you can just stop anywhere. It's not like they were out in the country yet. They had to traverse through town to get out the side of town and out into the country. And even then, there's a highway before you get to our little highway, before you get to our dirt road. So, like, there's traffic and stuff. And you can't just pull over willy-nilly wherever you want. So it took them forever to get home, and it was uncomfortable for her and for Sundown as well. Especially when you're driving a vehicle and you've got a sick or injured passenger, whether it's a person or maybe a pet or something. It is so nerve-wracking and hard to like drive when you know that like something's happening beside you, behind you, whatever, and you can't do anything, and you're like, what do I do? You know what I mean? But in any event, they made it home, and as soon as she got out of the moving vehicle, she was good. It was the motion. She has always been motion sick ever since she was a little kid. Anytime we PCS, which is code for military move, or, anytime we go on any kind of extended car ride, anything like over 15 minutes. Mommy. Which made traveling with her as a little kid for holidays and stuff, driving the 3 hours to go back home and see my father and stuff, made it real super fun. But you know, it is what it is. We learned the ways of, what was it, Dramamine? Is that what it's called? The that kind of motion sickness medicine. We learned about that quite early and fast. So yeah, they made it home. She came home promptly, you know, was exhausted, you know, after the eventful day at the ER and the whole week, really. This poor, I call her a kid, but she is an adult. She's 24. But this poor kid just got the ever-living crud beat out of her medically this week. And was exhausted. Her body had been through a lot. Her mind had been through a lot. Her emotions, you know. And she came home and she lights out. Conked out. And understandably so. So, over the next few days, which has been the past couple days, she is doing a lot better. The rash is pretty much gone from her entire, like, for the whole body rash situation. You can see hints of it. If you really, really look and you know what you're looking for, you can see. I don't want to think that it's scarring, but kind of almost looks like really faint scarring, hoping it clears itself up. But like I said, you really kind of have to be searching for it to know, you know, to see it. It's not super obvious like it was. And the rash on her stomach is still, you know, the 2 spots where the allergic reaction like all started from, or adverse reaction. Those are still very there and prominent, though not as angry looking, if that makes sense. She did follow up with her rheumatologist today, actually, and they reaffirmed that she is lucky. She got struck by the luck light. Oh, come out of there. It's the only downside to the system, nails. But she got struck by the luck lightning bolt, you guys. They reaffirmed that her situation was extremely dangerous. And it was made even worse by the first urgent care and arguably the second urgent care. But I don't think the rheumatologist could really say that, because I think they're part of the second urgent care's like medical umbrella. So of course they're not going to say anything about their own thing for, you know, reasons. But they said, yeah, that was a grave situation that she was in. That the adverse reaction being so delayed as it was highly dangerous. They said a delayed reaction to that medication like that is much more dangerous than an instant. Come on, Mush, stop making a mess. Than an instant reaction. So you know how like sometimes if you get an injection or whatever the case may be in a doctor's office for medication or whatnot, they'll have you sit and wait around for 15, 20, 30 minutes or so. Come check your vitals and whatever. Make sure that you're all right before they let you go. They're waiting to see if you're going to have an instant allergic reaction. They do it a lot with allergy shots and stuff. Well, they did that with her and she didn't have an instant reaction. Her body tolerated the double dose, just, you know, the initial starting double dose just fine. It was 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later that her body reacted. Anyway, they said that delayed reaction, super dangerous on its own, and then compounded with urgent care number 1's misuse and misdose of steroids to combat it, and not sending her to the emergency room was super danger number 2, colliding together to make mega danger. Yeah. So, yes, it was magic. I just pulled a magic trick on you, and magically, a totally new drill situation is before you. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what was going on. As you can imagine, as a mom and whatnot, it was, I sort of, you know, kind of left it at a cliffhanger, not intentionally, but like my first priority over the last couple days, my primary concern was making sure that she was okay and everything. And like I said, she did follow up with the specialist. They took her, they were like, yeah, no, you need to grab that medicine right on up out of the fridge. That Taltz is what did this to her. Taltz. It's for psoriatic arthritis. $38.54. Here we go. And they said, you go ahead and get those shots right on up out your fridge that we sent you home with. And you bring them up in here, and we are going to throw them away, or dispose of, not throw them away, but dispose of them. They're going to dispose of them properly for her. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, no, bad, don't touch. Yeah, it could cost you your life if you continue this treatment. So they're going to give her, was it Oprenzline? Starts with an O and has like a Z and an L and a T or something in there. Some pill. It's going to be some pill for psoriatic arthritis, and that will be her new course of attempted treatment. And we'll see how that goes. You know, but understandably, both her, because it's, you know, she's the one that's got to go through it, and me, because that's my baby, we're both very, probably me more than her, to be honest. I don't handle this stuff well. Medical stuff is a panic, anxiety trigger, panic attack trigger for me, even if it's not my own medical, if it's someone I love and care about. So it is triggering to me, but she'll be starting a new medicine. I'm a little nervous. I will forever now be nervous of new medications. I was in the first place. Anytime anybody that I love has to take a new medication, and they're like, oh, here's your medical issue. Here's the medication, you know, that I want to give you to combat it. Go fill it and take it home. Take it. But I just, it scares me because look what happens, you know, something like this could happen. And I get particularly anxiety ridden because, especially with shots and with any medicine, once you put that in your body, you whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I mean, they don't know when they prescribe you this medication unless you've had it before, but there's a first time for everything, right? They don't know if this medicine's going to F with you or not. You know what I mean? Look, they gave my daughter these shots that were supposed to help her and almost killed her. In like a super ninja sneaky way, not an overt medical crisis. This was like a sneaky, confuse the local doctors, multiple trips to urgent care before they finally decided that it was an emergency, and because they couldn't figure it out, just to get her there in time of like, oh, well, you know, you could have died a couple days ago when they mistreated you at the frickin' urgent care. You know, when they gave you they treated you improperly with the steroid combatant. You know, it's scary. It's scary. So I don't want my daughter to suffer with psoriatic arthritis. Psoriasis on its own isn't fun. Arthritis on its own isn't fun. You combine the two, and in someone so young, she has had this condition, I guess, maybe her whole life, but I mean, it really kind of flared up with teens, probably the hormones and whatnot, is when it got really bad. And she has a super severe case of the whole psoriasis arthritis combo from heck. So, yeah, I don't want her to suffer, but at the same time, it's like I really am nervous about her taking a new medication. And she doesn't watch my videos, so I can say this to you guys without, you know, stressing her out. And she's not here right now, so she can't hear me saying this to stress her out. But yeah, man, makes me nervous. Maybe, am I just an overreactive mom? I might be. I get this way with myself. Anytime doctor's like, here, I'm going to prescribe you this new pill, it sometimes takes me weeks before I get the courage to take the pill. There have been times where I have been so afraid of what could have, the side effects, what could happen, if my body's going to handle it or reject it or whatever, that, you know, I wait until somebody can sit with me all day in case I'm, you know, I have a bad reaction. Yeah, maybe I'm just, that might just be me being super extra special in the anxiety department. Does anybody else do that though? Does anybody else get nervous and scared about taking a new pill? Like, because once it goes down the hatch, you know, whatever's going to happen, you're going to go through it. Good or bad. You're going through it. All right, you guys, and this is the next canvas I'm going to kit up. Again, this, my horror hubby, Mikey. You all know I will be working on him as well as baby Mikey from Rokari. And this one was a gift from my friend Rami over at Diamond Painting with Coco. And yeah, go check out her channel here on the Tubus of Ubis. Here are the drills in a train, but I'll take care of that myself. I just wanted to, you know, kit down and pop on and let, you know, anyone who didn't get to see how things resolved from my last whip and chat on the Facebook page, I wanted to let anyone who might have been left wondering, give you some closure there. Leah is fine. She is home. She has been seeking medical care from her rheumatology specialist and is on the mend. And anyone who attends the live stream tomorrow night, Tuesday, October 15th at 8 p.m. CST, might get to see her make a little guest appearance. If not physically with hands and such, I'm sure you'll get to hear her loud mouth. All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Stay naughty.